really any better comfort food than a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Have you ever had one with homemade jam? Luann Duncan, our Family and Consumer Sciences agent, tells me it's not that hard to make your own jams and jellies. Welcome, Luann.
Thank you.
It's really not that hard.
It's not that hard. You can get tricky as time goes on, but to start with, we're going to do some real easy things.
So the first big question is, what's the difference between jams, jellies, preserves, conserves?
Okay, a preserve is all of them, anything that you've preserved. So a conserve is like this one, it's made with pears and some oranges and nuts. Whenever you have a mixture, it's considered a conserve. Now in this particular case is a honey made from fruit peels, and here is a jelly, it's made from the juice. And then the jam, here we have a freezer jam that's made with the whole berry, and so it has the actual fruit in it as well.
And that looks really yummy. And is that something we can make right now?
We're going to make it right now.
All right, you tell me what to do. We're going to make strawberry freezer jam, right?
Yes, we need 4 cups of berries, and I've already mashed some of them. So we're going to mash the fresh fruit. I've got a couple cups in here, so just mash it really well. Now the bigger chunks that you have in there, the more chunky jam you're going to have, so it depends on your personal tastes.
This is a good
It's
measure.
fairly new to be able to do this fresh like this without cooking it. For a long time we have to cook it and make sure that the sugar gets really well dissolved. Now we have a special pectin, an instant fruit pectin that doesn't call for any cooking at all, and it comes in a package, and there are very different kinds of pectins that we're going to work with. Now let's mix that with that to make sure that we have the full 4
and this
cups.
is the ones that you have actually already done.
Yeah, I just mashed those. That's all I did, just so that we'd have a little bit more time. But as you can tell, it doesn't really take that long.
Okay, great.
So what we're going to do is, we have enough, pretty doggone close, so we're just going to go ahead and pour it all into the bowl. We need a little bit bigger of a bowl to get everything in there. Now we have 1.5 cups of sugar, and our pectin's going to go in here. We're going to mix that together.
Okay, so we're mixing the pectin, this fresh pectin, freezer jam, instant pectin, which I've never used this before.
Right. I haven't seen it that often. We used to make freezer jam with another kind of pectin. This one, though, is exciting because it can be used without sugar. We can use Splenda instead. There are different kinds of pectin. While you're stirring that up really well, then just add it into the berries.
A couple little lumps in here. Clumps, I should say, not lumps.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then mix it in really good. We want to stir it until we get all the sugar dissolved, and that's what's going to take some time. But that's all there is to it. After we get it stirred in there, it sits for 3 minutes, and we put it into our containers and get it ready to freeze. So we'll stir that throughout the time and make sure that we're getting the sugar very well dissolved, because we don't really like gritty sugar very well.
And the pectin is what makes it gel, correct?
Well, it's a combination. It's a chemistry kind of thing between the sugar, the acid or the natural acids in the fruit, and then pectin. Some kinds don't require pectin because they have a natural pectin in the fruit, or a very high acid, and just sugar is enough to make a jam or jelly. In this particular case, it's really important to follow the directions that are in the box. So read the boxes. This is an instant fruit pectin, the same thing that we've just used, only a double package. This is a liquid fruit pectin. Now the liquid fruit pectin is typically used in some of the cooked jams and jellies. We haven't seen that yet come out for the instant. Right. And now this one is for cooked jams and jellies, and it doesn't say really on there that it's for your freezer jams. This is a no sugar added, so you don't have to have sugar if you're diabetic or you want to cut back and just use the fruit. You can still, they're all scientifically balanced though, so that you don't end up with syrup. And we don't mind syrup. We put it over ice cream or desserts or things, but if you're out to make jams or jellies, you want it to be thick. And you want to be able to use it on your toast or whatever else it is that you like your jam and jelly on.
So after this is ready, then what do we do with it?
We let it sit for 3 minutes, and so then we'll just put it in different kinds of containers. And I can use these little ones if I'm living alone, but the main thing is that it be freezer safe. So the containers for all of these, in addition to any jars like these, it needs to say on the outside that they're freezer safe. They've been tempered so that they won't break.
And then I see back in the day I used to use wax, but why do you have this big no on the wax?
We're getting away from that altogether. Just process it in a boiling water bath, in a basket. There's all kinds of things available to make it simple.
And how long will this freezer jam last in the freezer?
Well, if it lasts before, I think you'll eat it before it but probably up to a year.
Well,
in a deep freeze.
We're out of time before it's quite ready, so
Okay.
we'll have to taste it on the break.
Okay.
But Luann, thank you for showing me how to make quick and easy freezer jam.
You're welcome. Thanks.
I think this is something I can do. Let's see. I think I'll start with strawberry. No, blackberry. No, red raspberry. Oh, I can taste that peanut butter and jelly sandwich now.